What is going on, world? What's up, everyone? It's Zero here. Today I'm bringing you guys a brand new Starcraft 2 video. This one is between two players on the WCS Pro circuit, spawning here in the bottom left-hand corner of Blue Shift Ellie, playing with the red Zerg pieces. She's down 0-1 currently to her opponent, wants to get this series back in her favor. Her name is Scarlett. And her opponent spawning in the cross position, playing with the blue Protoss pieces. We have a player who's currently up and wants to keep the series going in his favor. His name is ShaDoWn. So guys and girls, you guys can check out game number 1 in this series on the YouTube channel right now. And I gotta say, guys, between these two players, game number 1 was very fun to watch for ShaDoWn. Just the amount of aggression he put onto his opponent, Scarlett. And the question I'm wondering now is that, you know, what is our opponent's gonna do? And oh my god, Scarlett has decided to proxy a, well, I guess you could say proxy a hatchery, and it looks like this probe is going to see exactly what's going on. The hatchery is going to be coming up here very, very shortly. Obviously, ShaDoWn knows something is not right. The forge is coming up here very, very shortly, and ShaDoWn knows exactly what's going on. So Scarlett tried to, you know, is maybe trying to play a little bit of a cheesy build here against her opponent. And now you have, of course, the gas geyser into the spawning pool coming up here. But ShaDoWn knows exactly what's going on. And he's going to probably cannon, you know, trap this hatchery. Very, very interesting, to say the least. So we'll have to kind of wait and see here, guys, how this game plays out. Now Scarlett knows that there is a couple of photon cannons. Question is she going to let this finish up? No, she does not. She goes ahead and she cancels that. And so now what do? She goes ahead, gets that natural base expansion. She's probably going to play, it looks like, more of a standard build. And just as I'm saying that, she goes ahead and gets a hatchery in the natural base expansion. So essentially, guys, she's not going to let this finish up. But what it is going to do is it's going to delay the Protoss player. Now, here's something interesting. Once again, we got a photon cannon as well as a robotics facility. So I think what this is forcing ShaDoWn to do is to go ahead and create a little bit of a out of the ordinary kind of build as well now. This is what it's forced ShaDoWn to do. ShaDoWn probably wasn't going to go for cheese in this second game, but decided to go ahead and get a little bit aggressive on his end of the, or I should say on Scarlett's end of the map. With that robotics facility, I'm assuming we're going to see the same thing that we saw in game number 1. We're going to start seeing some Immortals come out, as well as the War Prism. And then you got the Gateway, though, which is kind of changing things up a little bit. Most likely that Gateway does get canceled here. So the question is how aggressive is ShaDoWn going to get here? Is he going for another all-in here, or what's going to happen? And this is going to get really, really interesting really fast here, guys, because there's a hatchery that's gone down in the main base expansion of ShaDoWn. But does ShaDoWn know about this? I don't know if ShaDoWn knows that this is happening. So Scarlett went for a very, kind of different build, of course, with getting the hatchery near the natural expansion, gets the natural, cancels that, puts the hatchery into the natural expansion, cancels that, and comes up to the main base. And I don't think ShaDoWn knows about this. I mean, he's not reacting like he knows that this hatchery is up here. He must have assumed that the hatchery was taken out by the photon cannon or something along those lines, and it looks like Scarlett has got a pretty good angle right now on these Immortals and such. The diffusers are starting to come in here. I don't know if there's going to be enough here for ShaDoWn to really hold on here. These, of course, these shield batteries are going to be coming up here, but there's only a couple of these Immortals. The longer the game goes, of course, those Immortals are going to be so deadly against Scarlett here. And the question lies, though, what's going to happen on the opposite side of the map here with this hatchery just now finishing up? Are there going to be Zerglings that are going to start popping out and coming after ShaDoW's main base? ShaDoW has to be able to see this creep now across the map. I don't know what the plan is here for Scarlett, but I think she's going for a counterattack here. Interestingly enough, these Immortals are now starting to, starting to come over to the natural hatchery, and I'm pretty sure Scarlett's giving this one up. She's giving it up. She's totally, she doesn't care to lose that base, but the mass recall has come in for some of those Immortals, and now the question lies, what do you do in this situation? This has gotten so interesting here, because we're seeing both players kind of trading blows to a degree. Looks like Scarlett's going to lose this base. I'm not sure why Scarlett isn't continuing the push here into the natural section. It looks like she's now going to go ahead and do that. They're going after that pylon, which is powering all of these current structures. But my gosh, this is getting so weird, guys, so quickly. I don't think that ShaDoW is going to have enough here to hold on against Scarlett, who's on the opposite side of the map now. She's going right after all these probes, as well as this main base expansion, or this main base of ShaDoW here. I don't know if there's going to be enough here. It looks like this main base is going to most likely go down, which means that ShaDoW is going to be revealed here very shortly, and then all these structures are all that is needed to go down now. There is no mining here now for ShaDoW. So what are you going to do? What do you do in this situation if you're ShaDoW? You just go for the all-in, right? You got to just go for the all-in at this point. ShaDoW has not rebuilt their base, so obviously he's being revealed at this point. I don't think there's anything that ShaDoW can do right now. He's got to go for the all-in here. He has 5 Immortals against some of these other units, as well as the War Prism, as well as a bunch of these shield batteries. The question is does Scarlett have enough to take out a lot of these units? Looks like she is starting to go after some of these structures. She knows that ShaDoW has no minerals at this point. There are absolutely no minerals. So ShaDoW is going to go ahead, unless there's a secret base somewhere, and she pretty much knows that that's not the case because obviously he's being revealed at this point. So what is ShaDoW gonna do? The diffusers are coming in here, and I think ShaDoW is just gonna honestly give up a couple of these of these Immortals. Nice micro here, but I think there's just too many units at this point. GG comes in, and Scarlett takes this game with absolute and very uncharacteristic on both sides. Cheeses on both ends, and Scarlett takes the victory and evens up the score. I hope you guys did enjoy this game between Scarlett and ShaDoW, and if you guys did, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, stay positive, and as always, I will see you guys all in the next one. Peace.